Well, good afternoon and welcome back to today's show. As you can see, I'm using a smaller canvas. This is like an 18 by 18, what they call a studio, a gallery canvas. They're a little thicker. This one here about an inch thick. Today we're going to do is something I haven't done. I don't know if I ever done one on any of the shows. But it's been many years that I've done something like this. I'm going to do a little fruit basket. Now, even though this is a small canvas, we're still going to take 4 shows to do it. This way I could talk about the details. They're going to run the colors, and as you can see, there's going to be some colors here. I don't have green, I don't have orange. There's a lot of colors that we're gonna mix it up as the shows goes on. This way you learn about, how to mix the permanent colors with the second permanent colors to mix the paints to make different colors. And that's another reason too. So even though it's a smaller canvas, the thing is what color I want from the background. You have to remember, when I do these shows, I think about a little bit of it, but I never do the show. I never paint before the show. I try to create it as we go on. Do I want to make the basket before I do the background? Do I want to make, how do I want to start this painting? And I haven't decided yet. First thing I do want to decide is, it's a smaller basket, it's a small painting, so where do I want the fruits at? Let's say if this is an apple, I could do it here like that now. And let's say here goes another apple. Then let's say we have an orange, a nice orange one in the background back here. 2 apples and orange. That may be good enough because we'll have some grapes. Then it's like how big I want the bowl to be, or the basket, the fruit basket. So let's say if I want it look, I know you probably could see a little bit of this on TV, and we'll come down with it. Something like this, maybe. There you go. Do I want it to be a basket or a bowl? And all that could go on as I develop the painting. I gotta make the basket, whatever this is, a little bit bigger, because like I said, we're gonna have some grapes in here, so I could even bring it out just a little bit bigger, something like this. You love to bring out, put in a little bit of grapes. And let's say if I put a grape here and grape here, that will help me to figure out how I want to do it, because grapes could be hanging over. So something like that maybe. Would that be a nice size, a nice composer, what we'll want in the back? We'll have some shadow here. I can make it I could erase this and decide to make it a little bit bigger. And I think that's what we'll do. We'll make it a little bit bigger. Let's start with the bowl. I decided we'll have a little bowl here. So I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the burnt umber. Just a little bit. This is gonna be, well, I've done it now, so 1 and 2. Once I put the paint on, I'm gonna say that this will be it then. Now, could I change it later? Yes, I could always change it later. Then I'm gonna take a little bit more here, and I'm just gonna come across something like this. Then with a little bit of paint, I still got a little bit of paint. I'm gonna pretend that the light is coming from this side. So this side here is the darkest. So I'm gonna take a little bit more of this. I'm gonna come around. Okay. This is the lighter side. So I'm just gonna come, to make this look like it's a round bowl, you gotta put the dark on one side, then start moving it over to the lighter and lighter. Now, and then in the middle, we're gonna keep it a little bit less. I'm gonna clean out this brush. And I'm gonna pick up some burnt sienna. Just a little bit. Again, this is the dark side. Dark, dark. And up here it's gonna be the lighter side. And as it goes around, it gets even lighter then. Lighter, 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 lighter. Then we're gonna have a little, the middle is gonna be the most lightest. I got the bunny brush. It's called a bunny brush from one of the Buck. It's one of Alexander's longest instructors, I guess. Yeah, marvelous artist. You probably could see his shows on PBS still. And this is what he used to call it, a bunny brush. So a lot of us old timers, that's what we call it, bunny brush. There we go. Not worrying too much about the top, but you see how it just makes it look round already? You got the dark already going over. There you go. Yeah. While I'm doing that, we're going to take our time on this painting. We're not in no rush. So we have 4 shows. We will do a background, but what I do want to do is do the table legs. I'm going to take the fan brush again. Where's my little fan brush that I've been using? Here it is. I'm gonna clean it out. I'm gonna go right back into the Van Dyke brown again. And right about here, let's say this is gonna be the tabletop right here. There we go. And let's bring that up to here. There, something like that. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna bring it down. I'm gonna add another color to it later. Probably another brown. But this will give me an idea where I want it. That's all. There you go. You ain't gonna see too much of that anyway, because like I said, we're gonna have some grapes up there and shadow's gonna be down here. But this gives me an idea how I want this to be. Here, something like that. I don't know, still I'm not gonna have too much blue, so maybe I'll do this part blue in the background. Do I want to do that background now, or do I want to do it later? I gotta have some shadows. I'll do the background later, and if I don't do the background, could be a white wall. We got more time to work with this, but let's start with some of this here. What I'm gonna do first is, when you do anything with fruits and it's just about it. If you take your time, work at it, you want it to look real. You want it to have shadow on it. You want it to have the textures on it. And that's what we're going to do today. Today is mostly, that's what we're going to take our time with. I'm going to take a little bit of yellow. There goes my knife. I'm going to take a little bit of yellow. I'm going to put it right where you can see it, right here. Good. And a little bit of red. Yellow and red. We're going to make a nice little orange. This is not a real red. This is a permanent rose. So it's going to be a little different. This is what happens when you take too much permanent rose and not either. There we go. Gonna make a little orange. There we go. A little more yellow. A little bit more yellow. This is not what a bright orange. It's mostly a dull orange. And that's okay. Not every orange is orange. You know, it doesn't have to be a real orange, color orange. Besides, we're going to do a little bit different first. Now I'm going to take up a little bit of green, a little bit of white, a little bit of white. I could even add that with some of this here and make it a little lighter. There we go. Something like that. Then I'm going to take a little bit of green. There's a drop of green right there. That's going to be good. And a little bit of white. There we go. Oh, I was going to make my green. That's why it looks funny. I'm going to take a little bit of blue, yellow. Boy, 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 boy. And a little bit of blue. Blue and yellow makes a little bit of green. Excuse me about that. There we go. And a little bit of white. Maybe a little bit more yellow. I'm looking for a certain color green. I want it very light. There we go. Something like that maybe. Maybe a little bit more yellow. There. Something like that maybe. Once I put it up, this is white anyway. So it's going to mix with the magic white. So this is going to be the orange in the background. I'm going to take. Now I know you're asking, why is he doing orange with green? Because if you look at an orange, it has always has a little yellowish green tint to it. There we go. Here. Yeah. Something like that. Now I'm going to take some of this orange that I just done. Yeah. This is very thick paint, very thick and heavy paint. Now I'm going to go around with this yellow. Now I'm going to show some of that green. There we go. Yeah. Now I'm going to take my bunny brush again. I'm just going to blend that out just a little bit. There. See that? Something like that. Take a little bit more yellow. I'm gonna finish up with this yellow. There. I'm gonna pick up the brush one more time. I'm just gonna go over it one more dozen spots here and there. I'm gonna take a little fan brush. I'm gonna go right into the Van Dyke brown, the brown. And right here, I'm gonna put a little nip. Orange always has a little nip around here. Then I'm gonna bring it around like so. Something like that. I'm gonna take a little bit more of this darker. Ooh, just a little red. It's like a reddish orange. Now this is gonna be like an apple and behind it. So what I'm gonna do is right now, I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna put a little shadow in right behind where the apple will be. The light's coming this way, but the shadow still, because it's behind the orange, it's behind it, it still will have a shadow. Maybe not a whole big shadow, but it will have a small little shadow right around here. Maybe not the whole thing, but we'll see how it looks when we get this part done. So, here, what time? Oh, we got 8 minutes. Now, once again, I'm just gonna blend that in. Good. You could take your fan brush, and go into some of this orange. Excuse me. Excuse me. This is why I have a mask in the studio. The mask is to keep the people that my crew safe. This way, if I do cough like I just got done today, it's in my mask and not no place else. The other thing I'm gonna start doing is put a little bit spots. If you take an orange, the skin is not always perfect and round. It has little spots here and there. Little shadow and here. And then, once again, I'm gonna clean this brush. Take a piece of paper towel again. Then I'm gonna just blend all that in. Just by touching it. Little touch. There. And that will give it a little texture too. I'm looking at it on TV. And if I'm looking at it with my own eyes, it doesn't look as strong, as noticeable. But when I see it on TV, I see how much it looks, how more noticeable it does look. I'm gonna take the fan brush one more time. I'm just gonna outline this just a little bit. There. Lighter, 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 lighter. Something like that. Lighter, lighter. There. Just gives a little more. Okay. Okay. Which time you got? 6 minutes. Good. I'm gonna take my, I'm gonna work on this pot just a little bit more. I've been moving it around. So it's a good time to brush it up, but just a little bit more. There you go. We could come back and get it more done. Okay, that's gonna be with the grapes. There we go. Move this down a little bit more. Now I said this is gonna have a shadow, so the shadow probably will come out something like this. See that? Yeah. This just to give me an idea of where I want things. But you can see how it's starting to look already. Come back around and out. Yeah. 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 Gonna have the grapes here, grapes there. Don't want a white, what do you don't want a white background? I still don't know what kind of background I'm looking for. Don't want a red background. So I have to think about it. Let's start with one of these apples. Let's do the apple that's inside. The orange is there, the orange is here. And one of the apples gonna be right around here. Now again, too, we're gonna leave that little shadow right there. I'll bring in here. Okay. Yeah, something like that. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of that green again. Just a little bit. Apple is not always red. It has a little green in it, so we're gonna put a little green into my apple. There you go. This is a green ray. That's enough for you to see there. Once again, I'm gonna take the bunny brush. I'm gonna fan that down. Bring it. Yeah. There you go. Something like that. I'm gonna take a little bit of this red. Now this is not a red. This is a deep rose. So it's not really a red. It's almost a purplish. Okay, right here. Come around. There you go. I tapped it out just to see how it looks again. Oops, I don't want to step on that. Bring this across. There we go. It's okay. Good. I'm tapping it because I just want to make it a little bit lighter. There you go. See? There you go. Good. I got this red because I left the house today real quick to get to the studio, and I thought I had a different red with me. So, and I brought this red. So it's not really the red I was looking for. But as an artist, you work what you got. And that's all. It's no big deal. Oh, they're playing the music to let me know. Well, we only got 50-some seconds, so I want to thank everybody for coming today. I'm going to keep on working at this. We'll come back and we'll finish it. Like I said, it's a smaller canvas and stuff, but because you're doing something like this, it does take a little bit more time. So come back again next week, and thank you for coming. I'm just going to come here. There you go. See that? There. Good. And when you come back, I'm going to show you how to really. Oh, it's going to look nice. Well, it's going to look nice. Finish that part when we come back to that part and sort that part. Okay. I'll take this here.